product of centuries of selective and judicious breeding, swiftest of the equines. The result of scrupulously planned parenthood or backyard mating. At birth with uncertain legs almost as long as they'll be at full growth, unsure, struggling, quite in contrast to the flowing grace and form which maturity will bring. The new foal carries an inherent will to run, and with it an owner's dream of champions past. Man o' War, Citation, Secretariat, Seattle Slew, Spectacular Bid. An animal of beauty, nobility, courage, and spirit, the thoroughbred is a creature of habit. Thus, lessons learned early in training, either well or poorly, are never forgotten, and ultimately translate as the difference between victory and defeat.
Sports telecast of the Belmont Stakes, presented by Alfa Romeo.
Good morning, everyone. Well, very shortly we'll be crossing to Belmont Park Racetrack on Long Island, New York for the third leg of the American Triple Crown, the famous Belmont Stakes. And this is a grueling 1.5 mile event which has proven the downfall of many a fine galloper attempting to win the big treble. Horses like Northern Dancer, Majestic Prince, Forward Pass and Spectacular Bid are just some of the champions who've come to Belmont with high hopes of achieving immortality, only to fail. The Belmont Park track is quietly nestled away from avenues and highways and is a world apart. In the parade ring there is a 153-year-old pine tree which stands majestically, and close by is a striking sculpture of the great racehorse Secretariat. The Belmont Stakes distance of 1.5 miles is rarely run in the United States, and therefore the American thoroughbred breeders regard it as the supreme test of a champion. It's a very, very tough race and a very grueling course, and it certainly takes the absolute best to win this Belmont Stakes, and its history is dotted with names that have certainly reached racing immortality in the United States of America. Now, very shortly, Wide World of Sports will take you live via satellite to the Belmont Park track, and you're going to witness one of the great spectacles in the world of thoroughbred racing. Let's go live now to Belmont Park.
Veltern was upheld. Jean Cruguet on the 8-horse comes down, and Summitry with Angel Cordero is officially the third-place finisher, and Chris McCarron on Concert is in fourth. And now we turn our attention to the Belmont, and here are the current odds. Purple Mountain and El Basco coupled at 9-2. Stefan's Odyssey and Creme Fraiche, trained by Woody Stevens, at 5-2. They are now the betting favorite along with Chief's Crown. Tank's Prospect, the Preakness winner, also being bet here at the Belmont. Southern Sultan continues to be a long shot, but there's been early action on Fast Account, who flew in from the West Coast for this one. And Eternal Prince, the George Steinbrenner colt, listed at 11-1. We're going to come back and take a look at a former football owner who now races thoroughbred horses when we continue. Back, and we are 34 minutes from post here at Belmont Park for the Belmont Stakes, the most grueling test of them all for the 3-year-olds. The last leg of the Triple Crown Series will go 1.5 miles. We have 11 horses entered in the race, including the winner of the Preakness, Tank's Prospect. Now, Tank's Prospect is owned by Gene Klein, who formerly owned the San Diego Chargers. He sold the team for $60 million, and he went into thoroughbred horse racing.
I thought was a little bit too high.
What about the Eternal Prince entry here late in the week? Can his speed hold up in this race?
Well, this is what Conquistador Cielo did on a track like this. With a track like this, it definitely makes Eternal Prince, you know, one of the contenders. He's got a shot at it, Brent.
How about a horse like Creme Fraiche that apparently likes an off track? Will that help him?
Definitely, because Creme Fraiche loves a track like this. Brent, these horses will beat each other every Saturday. A different horse will win, and so far that's what's happened this year.
I think we should point out how many of the quality 3-year-olds, Frank, that we still have campaigning. Normally, we lose about half to 2/3 by the time we get to the Belmont and fresh horses come along, but this year that is not the case.
I think
today.
Thank you, Brent. We have about 5 horses to go. There goes Stefan's Odyssey into the gate with Lafitte Pinkai Jr. And you can see on the screen now Creme Fraiche with Eddie Maple. Creme Fraiche is coupled, wagering with Stefan's Odyssey. A nice shot from the side of the gate. That's Maple in his goggles. His plastic goggles keep the dirt and the wind out of the rider's eyes. Important Business goes in now, and Important Business is the only supplemental starter in this race. The owner put up $32,000 for the privilege of running in the Belmont Stakes. And there's Eternal Prince. Richard Miliori aboard again. He lost the mount last time out in the Preakness. He rode the horse in the Kentucky Derby. Okay, here we go. 11 3-year-olds. They're in the gate. They're all in line. They're standing well. Eternal Prince on the outside with Purple Mountain, fast to count, and Chief's Crown on the rail. Purple Mountain with Grael goes for the lead, has it by about a half. Eternal Prince on the outside in second, then Cutlass Reality is third, fast to count in fourth. Nearest the rail is Chief's Crown in fifth. Chief's Crown now moves up into fourth, right behind Cutlass Reality. They enter the clubhouse turn. Purple Mountain has the lead by about a length and a half. Eternal Prince on the outside is in second. Cutlass Reality is third. The first quarter very fast. 23-1. Purple Mountain with Grael is showing the way. A very fast pace, has it by a length. Eternal Prince on the outside with Miliori is second by about a half. Cutlass Reality in third by about 2.5. Then Chief's Crown on the outside is now joined on the rail by Tank's Prospect. And fast to count. They're on in the backstretch, the half. 47 flat. It's Purple Mountain, Eternal Prince, Cutlass Reality vying for the lead with Purple Mountain in front by a half. Cutlass Reality on the rail is second now by a half. On the outside, Eternal Prince is third by about 2.5. Then Chief's Crown, fast to count, and Tank's Prospect, the winner of the Preakness Stakes, is in sixth. Cutlass Reality, a long shot in this race, now takes the lead by a neck. Purple Mountain on the outside is giving way a bit, is second by about a length, and Eternal Prince, winner of the Wood Memorial Stakes, is in third by about 3. The favorite, Chief's Crown, is in fourth by a half. Then fast to count, Tank's Prospect, followed by Creme Fraiche on the rail, back where he belongs. On the outside is El Bosco with Vasquez. Then Important Business, the supplemental entry. On the outside again, Southern Sylvan, and Stefan's Odyssey is last. But Stefan's Odyssey now gains into 10th. They round the far turn, 3/4, 10-4. The mile in 35-1. The pace is fast. Cutlass Reality leads the way by about 2. Purple Mountain still in the second. My golly. On the outside, there goes Chief's Crown gaining ground, and fast to count with McCarran gains on the rail. Chief's Crown, the favorite, now moves into second, gaining ground on the outside of Cutlass Reality as they approach the top of the stretch. It's Cutlass Reality on the rail. On the outside, Chief's Crown further out. There goes Creme Fraiche with Maple. On the rail with Pinkai is Stefan's Odyssey. Chief's Crown, Cutlass Reality, Stefan's Odyssey on the rail. Stefan's Odyssey on the rail with Pinkai now gains the lead. On the outside is Chief's Crown, and farther out, here comes Creme Fraiche. They pass the 8th pole. It's the entry of Woody Stevens. Creme Fraiche with Maple. Stefan's Odyssey with Pinkai. Chief's Crown is third. Creme Fraiche on the outside has the lead by a neck with Stefan's Odyssey second. Creme Fraiche in front. Eddie Maple finally wins the Belmont Stakes on Creme Fraiche by about a neck. Stefan's Odyssey was second. 1-2 for trainer Woody Stevens. The favorite, Chief's Crown, finished third. An outstanding race. Now back to you, Brent Musburger.
You could not be happier for the jockey Eddie Maple, who kicked home Woody Stevens' 4th straight Belmont Stakes winner. Never did fate in racing owe a man a victory like they owed him one here this afternoon. He had a chance to win each of the last 3, but because of circumstances out of his control, he did not kick one of those 3 winners home. But here this afternoon, and as he crossed the finish line, he took that whip in his right hand and he tossed it skyward with a first-place finish. Not only that, but the second part of Woody Stevens' entry came in second as we take a look at a great stretch drive.
Well, it is a great stretch drive, and you can imagine what goes on in Maple's mind. He realizes he's live here. The horse in front along the inside, weakening as he comes at him. His stablemate is the one he's going to beat. Look at him, hit him on the shoulder, hit him on the shoulder again. He can feel that victory, and right now, all he has to beat is his own partner. And the wheels of justice are grinding fast now as they get to the wire. There's no question in your mind. Creme Fraiche, the little light gelding who is so consistent, who likes the mud, got it today.
Meanwhile, there is another unhappier side of this Belmont. Tank's Prospect breaking down in this race. Looks like the right front leg. As jockey Patrick Day coming away, Wayne Lucas hurrying out to assist the horse.
It doesn't look that severe as a complete breakdown. It might be a complication of that injured heel that he had. He does not have a dangling limb. He is being able to use it. It is supporting his weight. And I would take a horseback opinion that it isn't that serious. Look at the terrible consternation on the owner's face. Understandable. He is seeing now the hard side of this very difficult game, and hopefully that the medicine and the improvement in techniques that Chelsea has shown will be a factor in what we hope is the recovery of Tank's Prospect. Very hopeful the fact that he's up and supporting.
Here is still another look at that great driving finish by Creme Fraiche, a horse who was sired by Rich Cream, so in his bloodline was the ability to move on an off track, and he does it here.
Well, Maple, who you were kind of secretly rooting for, Brent, I could tell that. You wanted the wheels to even the score, beat a powerful rider in his stablemate, and all credit to him.
Let's go out now to Charles C. Canty.
Hello, I have got one very happy Eddie Maple who's getting a cheer from the outside rail. Maple, you waited a long time for this one, my friend.
Yeah, Charles, he's good. They look all really run good.
I asked Eddie how he felt. He said very fresh. Come off the bench with the second string horse. Passed over 3 years.
He's first string, this horse.
First string now, is he? Congratulations, Eddie.
All right, Chelsea. Thank you.
Superior. Back to you, Brent.
All right, Charles C. Creme Fraiche established another standard here this afternoon. The first gelding ever to win the Belmont Stakes. For many years, geldings were not eligible to compete. But then in the mid-50s, they lifted that rule, and now Creme Fraiche becomes the first to win. And so, meanwhile, the sad part of this day. Wayne Lucas's lovely wife looking on, and you can understand just how dejected they are as the star of the stable heads out of the Belmont inside that horse ambulance. And we will come back and talk to a very happy Eddie Maple, who has won the Belmont Stakes, and the Hall of Fame trainer, Woody Stevens, who has now won it 4 straight years. Maple in the winner's circle.